Hey guys, it's Tina and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be reviewing and doing some first impressions and a makeup look using the new Coastal Scents Jardin Bloom palette or Jardin Bloom. This palette was sent to me by the company, but this video is not sponsored and my thoughts are going to be true and I'm going to share my true thoughts and opinion about this palette. No need to say it, you already know that, so let's jump right in. So I've already picked inside the palette just to see the color scheme to kind of get a general idea of what makeup look I want to be doing today, but I haven't swatched the colors, haven't touched them or anything like that. We're going to do it together. So this is how the packaging looks like, and then you slide the palette from inside, has a bubble wrap, and this is how it looks like. So I really love the colors on this, and you can see that the color scheme of the colors is actually matching the packaging, which is so cute in my opinion. So this is how it looks like after you remove this thing, and as far as I know, none of the Coastal Scents eyeshadows have like names or anything like that, so it's just a palette and this is how it looks like. So it has 12 colors right here, and I can say right out of the bat a few things that I really love about this palette already is that first of all I can see that it has some mattes and shimmers as well, so a mix of mattes and shimmers in the palette. Also it has a very light kind of highlighting shade and a black shadow, which is always good for a palette to have a light color and a dark color. Also I really love the color scheme of the palette. I feel like all the colors really complement each other. They have like soft warm browns, a few like mauve purples and like olive greens, and I feel like because it's not too colorful, you can not go wrong with any of the colors that you would use together. So I mean, you can use any 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 eyeshadows on your lid and they will all complement each other and won't look too colorful, you know what I mean? And another thing that I really like is that it's really lightweight. This palette is so thin and it's cardboard. It has a magnetic closure, which I love, and it's so lightweight that it's great for traveling. The only thing is that it doesn't have like a mirror. So for traveling, you are going to need a mirror with you if you want to use it on the go. So this palette is paraben free, it says on the back, and it wasn't tested on animals, and this is a recyclable packaging, so it's always good to see those things in a palette. So let me zoom you in and we're going to get on to some swatches. So these are the colors in the palette. I hope it focuses and that you are able to see. So you can see it has some shimmers and some mattes. So we're going to go from the top row down, so every 4 colors. So on the first row we have this light, kind of a vanilla shade, and as from what I can see, it's a matte shade, which is kind of a light beigey vanilla color. Then we have this cool toned purple right after that. It looks like a cool toned grayish purple shade, almost not seen on my skin tone, but this is how it looks like, and this is also a matte shade. Please excuse the ugly veins that I have on my hand. Then we have a cool toned brown shade, which is also a matte color. This is a great cool tone transition shade right there. And right after that we have a more warm toned brown shade. So this is a great choice between warm toned and cool toned crease kind of transition soft shades, and all of the top rows are matte colors as what we can see. So the next row is all satins and shimmers from what I can see. First, on the second row we have this cool toned purple again. This one is a little bit more warm toned than the purple that's on the first row, but it's still pretty cool toned to me. It has a little bit more of a mauve, a little bit more pink in it, and it looks like a satin finish. Then we have a darker purple right next to it. This one is definitely a lot more shimmery than the first one. The first one is more of a satin finish. This one is a lot more shimmery, and it is a kind of a warm toned purple mauve. Next we have this light kind of olive green shade. This one is also has a shimmery finish, and it's like a cool toned grayish olive green. Last but not least, on the second row, we have this color, which is by far the most pigmented of them all. And this is a very deep olive green color with kind of a black base. And this one is also kind of a satin finish, although you can't really see in the camera, but it definitely has a little more of a sheen to it. On the third and last row, first we have this color, which is kind of a silver, but it's more of a warm tone silver. It has kind of a little bit of a greenish undertone to it, but it's really subtle and slight. And this one is also kind of a shimmery, shiny finish. Next, right beside it, we have this kind of a dirty greenish silver shade. So it's kind of a darker silver with green undertones, and it also looks shimmery and more of a satin finish, I would say. And it's kind of a grayish color with like dirty olive green in it. Next we have another kind of greenish gray color, but this one has a matte shade and it's a little bit more cool toned. And last but not least, we have this black shade, which doesn't swatches as well as most of the colors in this palette. All of the colors that I've swatched so far are really kind of buttery and soft. This one feels a little bit more chalky and it's not as dark, so you can see it has like a grayish color to it, although it looks a lot more dark in the pan. So this one is definitely my least favorite from the palette. So it says that you can use them wet or dry, so to get the most of the intensity of the color that I'm applying all over the lid, I'm going to use it wet. So I'm going to take this light green right here on a flat brush. This is E58 by Sigma, and I'm going to take a little bit of that green shade, and then I'm going to just spray it with the Scandinavia Makeup Primer Spray. You can also use a setting spray, a Fix Plus, eye drops, water, anything. And I'm going to pat that all over the lid, just like that. And then I'm going to take a little bit more of that color and just dry apply it right on top of it wet. So I'm applying that all over the lid, and then to darken the outer corner, I'm going to take the darker green that's right next to it, right here. And this is the most pigmented color from what I've seen so far in the palette. I'm going to take E45 by Sigma and apply this color right on the outer corner. Make sure to top off the excess when you take this color, because it is really pigmented and really has a lot of fallouts. But you know, with pigmented eyeshadows, sometimes you need to pay the price. So I'm just applying it to the outer corner of my eye and a little bit into the crease. Then with the same brush, I'm going to take this purple shade right here, this shimmery shade, and I'm actually going to be mixing it with this purple. So I'm going to take those two, and I'm taking a little bit of them both on the brush, and I'm going to wet them again with the primer spray, and then I'm going to take it into the crease, just because I want it to be a little bit more intense than it swatches. And then again, I'm going to do the same thing and take those two colors now that the brush is a little bit more dry, and just go over the colors. This is the trick that I like to do always when I apply eyeshadows wet. I always apply another layer with them dry on top of it to kind of set it and make it a little bit even more intense. Then I'm going to take a fluffy blending brush. This is E25, and with this light purple, I'm just going to go over the outer corners of the color in the crease to get a little bit more of the purple hue right on this upper area of the eye. And then because I wanted the crease to be a little bit more dark, I'm going to use the black shade from the palette, which is right here. And although it doesn't swatches that well, I thought maybe it applies a little bit better. I'm going to use a precise brush. This is a pencil brush 219 by MAC. And with that color, I'm going to apply it right into the crease. And actually, it's a little bit more pigmented than it swatches on the hand, but still it's not as dark. but I don't know, maybe they were going for more of a chalky kind of grayish black, not as intense. I wish it was a little bit darker, but that's okay. Most of the colors in this palette are very kind of soft and almost like dirty looking. I don't know how to describe that, so that's okay. Then I'm going to take a little bit more of those two purple shades, wet them and layer them right on top of this black, just to get a little bit more of that purple back that we've lost. And this look is really all about layering colors to get the most of the intensity of pigmentation out of them. Then I'm just going to blend out the outer corners and make it blend nicer into my skin tone by picking up this light cool tone brown shade on a fluffy E25 brush by Sigma, and I'm going to go around the outer corners of the purple to kind of softly blend it out and leave no harsh edges. So now at that point, I'm going to go over all of the colors that I've used on the lid once again to just intensify them even more, because with all of that blending, we might have lost some of the intensity of the colors. So I'm going to just apply that all over the lid again and just go over all of the colors really that I've used so far to intensify them. For the lower lash line, I'm going to take in E20 flat brush like that and this dark green shade right here, and I'm going to apply it under my lower lash line close to the lashes to smoke out the bottom lash line a little bit, and then to blend it out and make it a little more noticeable that it's green, I'm going to take the E45 brush and the lighter green that I've used all over my lid and take just a little bit right underneath that dark green shade and kind of blend it outwards and downwards with that green. And again, just go over the green one more time to intensify it. Please excuse the noise. Neighbors, as always. Now I'm going to highlight a little bit using this white kind of light vanilla shade right here at the top left corner of the palette. I'm going to take first a small flat brush. This is E21 by Sigma, and I'm going to first apply this color right on the very inner corner of the eye just to brighten this inner area a little bit. And then with a flat brush, this is 252 by MAC, I'm going to apply the same shade under the brow bone, and this is one of the more intense and pigmented colors in the palette. It's very soft and buttery and also very pigmented. I'm going to clean out this outer corner a little bit to make the outer corner edge right here a little bit more sharp and lift the eye, and you can see how this color is really pigmented. I applied very little bit and it's very pigmented. So now all that is left to do is line my eyes and apply some mascara and lashes. I'm going to line with the L'Oreal Voluminous Liner Noir, and then I'm going to apply some mascara and some falsies, and I'm going to be right back. So I've used the Ardell Foam Ink Lashes in the style 811, and this is how it came up. So overall thoughts about this palette, I think there are some hits and misses about this palette. Some eyeshadows have more fallouts than others, some are a lot more pigmented than others, some are more buttery than others, some are more chalky, but definitely there's no like consistency about the eyeshadows. I believe, and it feels like all of them are kind of different formulas. But for the price, this palette is $12.95, I believe, something like this. Well, less than $13. This is great palette, especially if you are on a budget. This is a great palette, as I said, because it has a great variety of colors in the same scheme, and it's very lightweight, great for traveling, and for $12.95, this is great. I generally really love Coastal Scents. Back in the days when I was an active freelancer, I still have the 88 palette by Coastal Scents, and 80% of the time that's what I would use on my clients, and this is like all I needed. So yeah, I really love Coastal Scents. They're very affordable. They have a lot of great selection of eyeshadows on their website. So I'm going to leave a link to this palette down below in the description bar of this video if you want to check it out. So that is all for this video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it and that you will check out this palette. If you liked it, let me know in the comments below if you will. If you are planning on buying this, if you liked the look that I came up with using this palette, and what videos you want me to do in the future, let me know everything in the comments down below. I read all the comments. I love getting comments from you guys. And also give this video a thumbs up on the way out. It would really help. I would really appreciate it. And of course, subscribe if you haven't already. If you are subscribed, don't forget to hit that bell button near the subscribe button to get notified every time I upload a video, which is twice a week, Tuesdays and Saturdays. And I'm going to talk to you all on Tuesday. Bye.